All right, so let's continue to this now. The DA's withdrawal to support the budget votes of some national departments will very likely have no impact on whether they passed or not. Well, that's the view of at least one analyst, Executive Secretary at the Council for the Advancement of the South African Constitution, Lawson Naidoo. The party announced withdrawal to support some departments' budgets after the 48 hours ultimatum gave President Cyril Ramaphosa to fire these ministers failed to materialise. It says it will be an act of vengeance should the ANC respond by not supporting the budget votes of departments headed by its members. Political analyst Professor Ntsikelelo Breakfast joins us now to unpack this. Prof, a very good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. Before we actually move on to whether the DA has boycotted the national dialogue or not, just the DA's behaviour of that 48 hours ultimatum to President Cyril Ramaphosa. What do you make of that particular reaction from the DA?
Well, I think they were throwing their toys around there. With regard to the issue of the national dialogue, I say to that, they did not want to participate in that forum in the first place or in that discourse. That's my view. Why? Because whether you like it or not, discourses of that nature, they come down to issues of race. For instance, when we talk about poverty, unemployment, then you have to talk about the color because those things, they have a color. And normally the DA is not comfortable with those discourses. So I don't think that they would have wanted to participate in that, even though they did not break ranks on time or at the time when they should have, right? So they are using this as a golden opportunity now, to walk out of that discourse as if the reason for that is this thing of letting go of the deputy minister. But I don't think that they would have wanted to be part of that. It's just that now they're using this as a pretext, so to speak.
I mean, the DA has also threatened to table a motion of no confidence, against the president. How do you view just some of the DA's threats here, particularly as questions start to swirl around, do you want to be in the GNU or not? Do you want to then go back to your official position as the official opposition of, in the political landsfield?
So in the beginning, I did sympathize with them in terms of their main line of argument. I think they had a point in terms of the application of double standards, because what is source for the goose is source for the gander. But now, fast forward now, when you talk about initiating this motion, you can't have it both ways, because the argument, the way it is pitched, it is not well structured, it is not cogent. For instance, the argument is that they are going to institute a motion of no confidence against the president, but they don't want to do it now. They're going to put it on hold, because if they do it now, the government of national unity, it might fall apart. And then that will give rise to another coalition, maybe between the ANC, EFF, and MK. Then they say, if the president does not give in to their demands, then they are going to initiate the move. That's a contradiction. So you've got to make up your mind. Do you want to walk out of this arrangement or do you want to stay? But my analysis is that come hell or high water, no matter what, they are going to stay in that GNU. Why? Because the GNU is not a brainchild of the ANC, nor is it a brainchild of the DA. It is the brainchild of the market forces. It is the brainchild of the funders. The funders will be very much unhappy with them if they go separate ways. So the ANC, I think, is holding a meeting as of now. I think, let's just give it some time. I think they are going to find each other and smoke the peace pipe and kiss and make up.
To what extent do you think we will continue to see this to and froing? I mean, the NEC of the ANC is also meeting sometime next month, in the first 2 weeks of next month. It does call into question fundamentally the dispute mechanisms of the GNU. I mean, what is the purpose then of just the clearinghouse mechanisms. What does it say about the GNU and its ability to debate and especially fundamental issues that pertain to the country?
No, I fully concur with you, Unathi. I think you've hit the nail on the head on that score. So you are on point. Now, I say to that, the problem is the institutionalization of conflict management. There is a platform that was created to mitigate these issues, but the deputy president is leading. I have a problem with that. That arrangement is not wise, because if you have a politician presiding over these issues, then you'll have another conflict, because there will be different interpretations and understandings. So I think forums of that nature, or that forum of conflict management, it must be presided over by a former judge or by someone who's outside politics, right? Who can give maybe interpretations which can be acceptable, not political interpretations. Because the DA, even when they were pitching their argument over the weekend, they kicked off by saying that the ANC has violated the provisions of the statement of intent. It will always be the case vis-a-vis, so long as you have a person who is a politician. So they must remove politicians there, put other people who come outside of politics. I think that can improve the management of a conflict.
And then walking out just very quickly, Prof, as we wrap up, how will this then be viewed, with the national dialogue still forging ahead? Will this in any way just diminish or even just, nullify its prevalence and its importance as a national dialogue, even though it's not a political platform, but one would want to see, different voices in terms of this national dialogue?
Regardless of which view I hold, that's not the issue now regarding this upcoming national dialogue. The issue is that, among other things, one of the things that will emerge out of this discourse, Unathi, is the issue of nation building, the issue of social cohesion. So if you don't participate in that, you might be coming across to be against those issues. I don't think that it was a good strategy to throw their toys around by walking out of this national dialogue.
Oh, Prof, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Political analyst Professor Ntsikelelo Breakfast there for us.